On May 28th, the Pokémon Company did their 2019 press conference. I'm just gonna get this out of the way first. If you come into this expecting to get all this cool information about Pokemon Sword and Shield, unfortunately you're not gonna get that. You're gonna have to wait till next week when they do the Sword and Shield presentation. I'll cover that too, but just don't expect it because you're not gonna get any of that today. So don't get mad at me when you don't listen, and I just don't give you the information I don't have. The first thing you see when you watch this presentation is that Pokemon actually put a pretty good amount of money actually into the stage itself. There was some pretty good lighting. You actually had like a Pokeball and I think it was a Great Ball. I don't entirely remember. But it was like, it's really cool. They're actually like big models. You see like the people, guests coming to speak, walk from behind them. And obviously because it's Japanese, everyone's super polite. So every time someone gives a cute little bow, they're all dressed up. It was really cool, really professional. And you definitely can tell that Pokemon Company, they spent a lot of like effort and energy. They wanted it to make this big event, and they definitely had that appeal and image going into it. One of the first things they did at this conference was they had the managing director of Toho come and speak about Detective Pikachu. As you can expect from a conference like this, they talk about and acknowledge how well the movie's been doing. Like, I don't believe he actually gave a set amount, but I do remember seeing something in somewhere that the movie had made over $350 million in the box office. Definitely a really big number like that, and it's good that the companies are seeing that the movie's doing well. He also mentioned that he was appointed as part of the Pokemon Company's board of directors, in that Toho sees Pokemon as a property that's really close to Godzilla. This makes a lot of sense to me because both they're pretty popular and famous Japanese properties. They're really iconic. So it makes sense that there's a comparison there. And what I really think is cool is that it seems like they're collaborating. And I know that Toho has published a lot of the Pokemon movies and stuff throughout Japan, so they've already been working together. And obviously they did the same for Detective Pikachu. But it seems in how they brought it up that they're definitely planning on making more movies. And it seems that they're implying that they're going to do a lot more live action Pokemon movies. I really like Detective Pikachu, so if that's the case and that is what that means, I'm going to be really excited and I can't wait to see the next live action film that they come out with.
Godzilla's actually pretty cool, except when he's hungry.
Pokeball. After they talked about the collaboration, they brought up that Detective Pikachu, which was obviously, if you didn't know this, was originally a 3DS game. It is in some form or another coming to the Switch. And that's good news, like the fact that it was on 3DS and not Switch originally is what made me not buy the game. So it coming to the Switch is an incentive for me to pick it up and experience what I don't know, especially since I really like the movie. What we don't know is if it's going to be a sequel or a remake with like an extended ending scene, because they said that how the movie and the game have different endings, and it seems like the version that's coming to the Switch is going to rectify why it's different. And I'm not sure when we're going to get any news on that, but it's definitely something to keep your eyes out and look for news for. After the talk about Detective Pikachu, they then go into talking about branding and making stores in China and more Pokemon Center stores in Shibuya. While this sadly doesn't affect us, and I would gladly love if we get like a really cool Pokemon Center store more throughout the US, I do think their relationship with China is actually really good and it's healthy, and it's definitely an opening a new market. It's really cool what they're doing with these Pokemon Center stores though. Like, I remember one of their big things they're really excited about. They're giving it a chic black look, super futuristic. They're gonna have like this giant Mewtwo statue right in the middle of the store. It's really cool. They already have this brilliant idea of how they're gonna do it. And I really want them to bring something like that over for us to enjoy over in the States. Apparently Nintendo, or more specifically the Pokemon Company, is teaming up with the Chinese mobile developer NetEase. And they're actually going to port Pokemon Quest. It was this really small Pokemon mobile game that came over. It got a Switch port as well. But they're doing it. It's going to be its first time over in China. And they're actually adding a lot of multiplayer features that we never got. And again, sadly that it doesn't affect us, but it's really cool that they're trying to make more of a market over in China, which definitely needs more Pokemon love like the rest of us have. Pokemon Home was also announced at the conference. And what that is it's basically a souped up version of Pokemon Bank. If you don't know what Pokemon Bank is, it was essentially like an app that you could link all of your old Pokemon games to, and then you could actually move Pokemon into that where you can then kind of keep them permanently and move them into future games so you always have them around. Pokemon Home appears to be like a super souped up version of that. Like, not only is it connected to Pokemon Bank, but apparently it will also attach to like Pokemon Go and also the Let's Go games, Pikachu and Eevee. And it will also be collaborative with Sword and Shield that'll be coming out hopefully by the end of the year. And while they didn't really announce too much information on what that's going to be, it's definitely something cool. Like Pokemon Bank was already a cool feature, so definitely getting a way more approved version of that you can like use on your phone, and like you can trade to other people through the phone itself without even the game. That's actually like a really cool feature, and it definitely makes playing Pokemon and doing all that trading and cool stuff definitely a lot easier on everyone. Pokemon Home is going to come out 2020 was the given date, but that's not the only thing coming out in 2020. And you guys have probably already seen the memes. I know they've already been everywhere. I can't really not find them whenever I go online. But we're also getting a fun little weird thing called Pokemon Sleep.
Hey, I know. I'll use my trusty frying pan as a drying pan.
The announcement got kicked off was a trailer within the announcement itself. And all it was is you get a lot of kids and adults walking, and you have like the amount of kilometers they walk. It's always constantly ticking up. And you always got these people, and they're always walking. But where are they walking to? Where are they walking from? You think it's going to be this really huge reveal. It's going to be like the biggest expansion Pokemon Go's had so far. And then you get to the scene where you get a girl. She crawls into bed, and then the game just stops. And then I believe it then kicks to like an hour time. And you get a cute little Pikachu just hops on the bed, and the girl places kind of like a Pokeball thing, kind of like the Pokeball Go Plus. She sets it down on the bed, and the Pikachu lays down and curls next to her, and then falls asleep. And then boom! That's the end of the trailer. Pokemon Sleep was definitely supposed to be the big announcement for this conference, and I don't entirely know what they expected to happen. Like, it was weird. Like, they had 3 different presenters. One of them was the president of Niantic, who's like an English-speaking dude, and they all come and they're all talking about how they want this game to promote health, and how Pokemon Go was pretty good at promoting walking, so now they want sleep to promote good sleep. And so this thing in this game app is supposed to help level up your Pokemon while sleeping and promote good sleeping habits. And they actually announced like a new Pokemon peripheral, and they talked about the Pokemon Plus and the Pokemon Go controller for Pokemon Let's Go. But this new one had the genius name of being called Pokemon Plus Plus. I'm not kidding, that's the actual name for this new thing. And what it is it seems to be basically just a modified Pokemon Plus that also just acts like as a sleep monitor. Again, they didn't really give us any more information than that. And what I think it is it's basically just kind of like a sleep monitor. You put it on your bed, and it's going to register if you toss and turn. And then as soon as you like kind of get restful sleep and you stop tossing and turning, then it's going to track how long you're basically maintained being still. And I think that's mostly of what this thing is going to do. I don't know if it's going to work. Again, maybe if you're single, it'd probably be fine. But I know me, I like have a fiance, and obviously we sleep together, we share a bed. And so I don't know if that's going to work for people with partners, and I don't know if they really spent time thinking about that. And obviously we don't know anything. They haven't given us at all zero information besides what it's called and what they want to do with it. But it's definitely weird. I don't know if it's a good thing. I can't say I'm excited for it as much as I am eager to learn more, because it's something unique, and I'm not sure if we'll ever really get anything like this. After the wonderful news about Pokemon Sleep, they then announced a new product between Pokemon Company and DNA, who, if you don't know, check out my Mario Kart Tour video, with a new game title called Pokemon Masters, which is also set to come out in 2020. Just like everything else in this conference, not a lot of information was said about Masters. The only thing we know is that it's going to feature a lot of the classic trainers, gym leaders, and all that stuff that fans have grown to love. Like, they actually did show a bit of gameplay trailer, thankfully. And you see Misty, and you see Brock, and they're doing cool stuff. You actually even do get a little bit of actual gameplay, and you can't tell too much. It looks like it's going to be kind of like a simplified 3-on-3 Pokemon battle game. It looks like it's going to play similar to the Yokai Watch games, where it's kind of your Pokemon will actually auto-attack the whole time. and you'll have like power bars that'll either rack up by points with each individual hits, or that they'll be time based or something, I can't really tell, and that will unleash your big fancy finishing moves. It looks really good though, the graphics look nice. Again, probably going to be a gacha game. That's kind of what all of the Nintendo and DNA products have been. But again, we're going to hopefully get new information of that soon. So it's something to keep your eyes out on, because it looks like it's going to be a fun little mobile game. The last bit of information that they shared during the conference, in which is probably my favorite bit that was announced, is they're actually bringing these really cool professional Pokemon shirts, like dress shirts, over here in America. Like, they used to be Japanese exclusive for about a half year or so, but they look super nice. You have one for all of the original 151 Pokemon. They're all like really well designer clothes, good pictures, good quality images. It's like really quality stuff, and I really wanted one as soon as I seen that they were being made. But unfortunately they're only Japanese only. But now they're apparently actually trying to bring them more of like a global thing, and I'm super excited for that. They're probably going to be expensive, but from what I've seen and what I've read for people who have got lucky enough to get them, they actually seem like really high quality clothes. And I'd be down to spend that money just for something that I know will last and something that I know is going to look super good. And that was the end of the 2019 Pokemon Conference. At the end, I would say it was a pretty fun show overall. They had some pretty weird announcements like Pokemon Sleep, some pretty interesting things like Pokemon Masters, and definitely something we really needed like with Pokemon Home. What was your favorite thing that I talked about this conference? Is there anything there that you're really excited for or know you're gonna get? Again, I know a lot of us are excited for Sword and Shield, but we're getting that next week, so calm down, be patient for a little bit. We're gonna get that news soon. But the most important question I can ask, anyone else gonna get those cool Pokemon shirts? Am I gonna be the only one rocking them walking down the street? I better not be, but I'm definitely down to be that guy. Let me know in the comments below what you think. As always, thank you for listening, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!